Well, here we are again, playing the new Sans Finny Boss Rush update. It's like old times. They added a neutral Sans, which is an upgrade for Tears in the Rain, and they did some rebounces and buffs. The way you get neutral run Sans is by you have to have Tears in the Rain, have to have the one left badge, you have to have Determination Fragment 5, and you have to have 650 dust. Let's go try him out. So there he is. The man himself, neutral run Sans. Kind of weird that he's the one trying to, being more aggressive, you could say. It's fun, fake fatal, so we can test out his moves. So first we got a bone attack, which is a bone-based attack that progresses through different stages with each use. So first, there's stage 1, and then there's stage 2, and I think it just cycled back to stage 1 and 2, unless that was 3. Now we have blaster attack, a blaster-based attack that progresses through different stages with each use. So basically, the first ability, bone attack, but just gaster blasters. So stage 1 is a singular gaster blaster, and then stage 2 is 2 gaster blasters, and then stage 3 is a big gaster blaster. And you probably know this by now, but he does karma damage, I'm pretty sure. Now we have Blue Wall, a stun attack that cycles through different attacks with each use. So this is the first attack. It stuns the boss and then throws a couple bones, and then the other attack it stuns the boss but does gaster blasters instead. And then the third one is just bones coming from all directions. And then it just cycles through bones and then gaster blasters and then bones and gaster blasters. Next we have shortcut, which upon use you teleport forward in a short distance. Look, it's not really short, okay? And if you look at the shortcut dash, then you see that there's little silhouettes of sand behind where you dash. Next move we have telekinesis. It pulls the nearest enemy backwards towards a giant gaster blaster. So look, you throw. You don't really throw, but you basically throw the boss into a huge gaster blaster. We do it again. And then the gaster blaster explodes at the end. Now we have Bone Zone. It creates a zone around you that attacks at any enemy who enters it. It heals you based on the number of attacks it triggers. Look, whatever enemy is in it, they'll just constantly get attacked, and the amount of number of attacks it triggers, the amount of HP you get back. So see, we got just 60 HP, so that can be pretty useful when trying to get your HP back while doing damage. And also, he has a second phase. Let me just absolutely demolish this guy, and then Oh, wait. Let me. Because I low key forgot what's the other command of the failure that attacks. So I'm pretty sure it's FFKR. Okay, yep. This is the one that attacks, right? Okay. So once you reach 0 HP, Sans like goes into like this final stand mode, just like the. It's basically like the last breath. The last breath skin for Call of the Void Sands. Look, Fatal's walking away. Look, now you have 2,000 stamina now. You just have 4 attacks that are basically just the same as the original, but like they do more damage and are like bigger. Yep. So I say this upgrade's pretty decent, especially for one that's not even that hard to get. Because all you have to do is have Tears in the Rain Sands and have the one left, the badge. I'm pretty sure what it's called. But the only thing bad about this character that I noticed is that he doesn't like have bleed immunity. Yo, why bro become horror? Why is Brody horror right now? Was copying his exact look. Is that Withered Bonnie? And then he just dust away. Now let's try to test him out in a normal boss rush. Okay, time to see how he fares against the normal boss rush. Uh, did I not delete this guy? Or what? Okay, gotta do this for good luck. Now we're off. Oh, there's no way. There's no way we're neutral sands, basically tears in the rain, and then we just got the other boss rush. Yo, it's tears. It's technically tears in the rain versus tears in the rain. Isn't that kind of crazy? And where am I aiming at? My damage. Yo, maybe I need to hop off mobile. Just maybe. I don't worry. This obliteration. Don't worry. This is worth it. Wait, come on. Let's kill the boss at least. Come on. Don't give up, Sans. Not yet. You're on your last breath. I mean, I know I wasn't expecting to do that well since mobile's not my main device, but still, I just got obliterated, annihilated, eviscerated, some would even say. But if you haven't noticed already, this video is kind of like a final, like, goodbye or like final send off, whatever you want to call it, to Sans Finny Boss Rush. Because this game has been with me for a long time. It was the first Souls Op game I've ever played. It introduced me to the Souls Op genre, I think, which I think it greatly. I'm just trying to play it one last time for old time's sake. Still can't believe it gone so far. It felt like just like a few months ago. Like it felt like a few like just 1 year ago. It was just already the April Fool. Like the April Fools update just came out. Now we're already at hard mode part one. And then game's just gone. No, even though like all this happened to the game, like it's basically dead now. I still cherish it forever since it was like a really I don't know how to explain. It was just one of those games where you just had to be there if you were an Undertale fan. Like it was just so fun and just grinding together with your friends, trying to get the new boss, trying to get the new character, trying to be Air Sans and get Night Dust. Good times. What bums me out even more is because it's like one of the only Souls up game to give like Fatal Air like more, if that makes sense. Where are my attacks going? And what I mean by this is like most other Souls up game, Fatal Air is just a boss, and after you beat him, you just move on to the next one most of the time. But in Sans Finny Boss Rush, they gave him like way more. Like I mean, they made him the shopkeeper. They made a fake Fatal Error boss. The Fatal number 34, if that's how it's called. Like they did so much more with Fatal than they had to. And it was crazy too. Like the Fatal number 34 boss. It brought new mechanics, new boss mechanics, a new level of difficulty. If that makes sense. And it just added so much more to Fatal Error as a boss, even though it's not like Fatal Error. I'm pretty sure it isn't like Fatal Error, but still. No game no game cared about Fatal this much as much as Sans Funny Boss Rush because they never added like characters who were like per se like stronger than Fatal, like in like power, like AU power scaling, if that makes sense. I mean, they did add Air Dust as a boss, but that was just like a joke boss. Like I don't know, bro. They just had a different spin on the on like Fatal Air's character. Not his character since it's like a boss rush game, but still, like they gave him this do you not know how how much respect they must have for Fatal? Because they made him like every time you die, you see him, and then he just said, and then he has some dialogue, and then he resets the timeline. Like you cannot just put that for any character. Like you can't just put that for normal Sans. Like that would be insane. But yeah, but I just feel like this game, like out of all the other boss rushes, they put like so much more work into some of their like bosses and characters than other Souls up game, which makes me like more sad that it's gone because it was like really good like Souls off game. Like sure its update schedule sometimes is like really bad. Like the wait for hard mode part one. Yo, I don't even remember how long that was. That was so long that I can't even remember what yo. I don't even know anymore. But it's just sad to see this game go because even if some of its updates took like long to come out, it was still like worth it and fun to play. We weren't even able to get hard mode part two before the game like died. I mean they're probably I don't think they're still working on it, but who knows? We couldn't even get Hyper Outer Dust, which was I think it was a long awaited character since like it was the last character in the Outer Dust game pass. So I would expect people to be excited to see his abilities. I remember when people, including me, were joking about how Hyper Outer Dust would get nerfed within 2 months because we saw what happened to like Hyper Dust and what's his name again? We saw like Hyper Dust and how am I forgetting his name? We saw like Hyper Dust and Anti Air got like nerfed really quickly. I don't remember when Hyper Dust really got. I don't remember how long it took Hyper Dust to get nerfed, but still, I think it was quickly. But even if it wasn't, Anti Airs was still like a very quick nerf since the fake Fatal Error boss was like too easy to add enough anti-air since he was like really good. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm just reminiscing about uh the good old times before this game, like before all the drama about this game, uh, like really like happened. I'm just hoping the new Souls Op game Porg is making will just carry on, or like I mean, not really carry on. Yeah, like carry on, but also like add on to the legacy of Sans Finny Boss Rush. Not add, actually, like I want to like wanted to like honor and keep the legacy of Sans Finny Boss Rush. Since this game was so great, it was a really fun game, especially with friends. Yeah, I can't speak today. With friends. Yeah, I'm just hoping in the future like nothing like this happens to any other like Souls Op, like Undertale, just like any other game I like, because it's really sad to see a game you liked a lot to just have its downfall. It's for it to happen like so quickly. Like since when you Boss Rush's downfall didn't really like happen quickly. I don't really know when it started because I feel like that its downfall was like when hard mode phase, like hard mode part one, or like after that, like or after that, because like the update schedule, like We had to wait months and months for hard mode part one. We might have even had to wait for a year for it, but I don't remember. So I feel like that's like when the game started its downfall, like probably after hard mode part one. Since I mean, I don't really remember what update was after hard mode part one. Because after that, there was just like really nothing. I mean, not nothing. Since the hard mode part one update had like a lot of content, I understand why there wouldn't be like a new update in the next month or two. But still, after you just experienced everything, it was boring. I mean, not boring, since it was still pretty fun to fight the new hard mode bosses. Since you really have to be like way more of this. Like it just makes you have to play way more like carefully and strategically. Like that. The feeling of beating Waterfall Dust and then immediately getting thrown into Revenge Papyrus and Dust Belief Papyrus. It just, I don't know. It just felt like it was just a rush because those two bosses were also like really hard. Even though they didn't even have high HP points. It was just that they had defense, just like it's because like just like Waterfall Dust. But yeah, I just hope I'm just here just playing this game for one last time. So I don't know, cause I feel like I didn't like say like I feel like I didn't properly like say goodbye to this game that once brought me so much joy. Like I used to play this every day, bro. I started grinding and grinding, hoping I could beat Era, hoping I could beat Perfect Run. It was just it was just a fun experience. Like those few years of playing Sans Finny Boss Rush. Like I really owe the game. Like I really owe the game just a thanks because of how much joy it brought me. The amount of time I spent playing it, just hours and hours grinding, just trying to get the new characters and stuff. Oh, just here to say thank you, Sans Funny Boss Rush, and everybody behind it. It was a real blast those few years. I don't know if I'll ever experience something like Sans Funny Boss Rush ever again. Oh, alas, this is my time to go. That's all for today's video. Wait, I forgot to mention one thing, but if you wanna like speak about like your opinions, just how you feel about the game and its downfall, just comment down below. I would love to hear some of you guys' opinions. Well, that's it for today's video. Have a good day and goodbye.